Reason's greetings. And welcome back. Yeah, we've researched all of that. And I suppose we are ready to do something. We are supposed to pass the Karman line with... Yeah. I have some more powerful melodies here as well. Okay, so I suppose we don't need... Actually, it's kind of nice to have that there. So this nothing costs us 9 days to make. Where is the music player? Here we go. Like that. Now it's gone. Good. So, let's see here. Mercury re-entry module. I could maybe make a time lapse of this building process. Now that you pretty much know what we are going to be building. I would consider it. Here the time lapse would start if I decide to do that one. And I may put up another video that doesn't have the time lapse. Something like that. Mark 1 port 2 meters. Connected to living space parts. It can survive of up to 14 meters of impact, 2600 kelvins. It's better than this guidance units at least. Played that one already. 4000 kPa. This one can survive a little bit of more of an impact. Mercury re-entry contains 1 astronaut. This has 2 slots. Wait. This also has 2, even though it says contains 1 astronaut. No. I don't know. It is around 1 ton, so that's what we would be kind of trying to simulate if we used something robotic for that. I'm trying to look at whether this has all the different stats as the guidance unit. This part allows control of vessels up to 5,000 tons. Can be disabled to lower a command module wattage. It's a pretty significant drain actually. $530. But this one, 300 watts, and it can support that much. So it seems like the purpose-built guidance unit is more efficient. Who knew? And I'm already out of juice concentrate or whatever. It took so long to it's already 1839 local time here. I drank a lot of it. I could get some more, but again that would make more of a delay. Well, This also has 350 watts. Well, I kind of like the Mark II pod more because, well, it can survive more of a heat, I suppose. It is a bit more massive, but not by a lot. It might be worth it. It costs less. Maybe we'll go with it. And it has space tucks on it. Of course. Perfect. So to hide while our avionics are okay. We probably want a decoupler or whatever between that and between those things. I think it makes a lot of sense. Decoupler procedural. I suppose so, even though some procedural parts I think are more inefficient, though. It would be nice if they were exactly the same, pretty much. So there would be no reason really to use anything else. That looks dumb now. I think these have different sizes, though. Can I get it to previous size there? Perfect. Now, this is already the shape that I think it will I mean, it should like go heat shield down. It has some kind of a heat shield, doesn't it? Shielding, have some shielding. Doesn't have it automatically. It's interesting that I've even noticed. Maybe I should have a purpose-built heat shield here as well. Thermal. We don't have heat shields. That doesn't bode well. Can we get heat shields easily? Let's see here. What will this be called? It will be called 992. 992, not 991. We'll have to think of a cool pun for 991. 992. I don't know. Sacrifice might be a bit on the face, though. Let's see. But I also kind of wanted to simulate. I mean, use the unmanned version first. I'm still debating on which thing I'll do. I kind of feel like making a manned vessel, though. We do have those simulations. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, that works. That's what we'll tell the Kerbinauts who will be locked up in here, screaming in fear about what they got themselves into. Seriously, do we really not have a purpose-built heat shields? When do they unlock? Research and development. Second gen capsules. Not there at least. Survivability. Are these not rated for lunar returns? Have I... like... have I put them on the... that... scrapped them kind of a thing... thinking that they couldn't be used for... they weren't rated for realism overhaul and realistic progression 0. I mean, why would they show up here then if that was the case? I mean, yeah, that shows up even though it's non-RP0 and whatnot. We should have the survivability things. Where are they? Should I maybe unlock one of these to see where it might put them? I think these 1 meter ones, maybe? We are mostly doing 1 meter ones right now. Let's unlock this 1 meter one. We'll see what it does. It's only 3,000. Where are you? Could it be that you are under some other category than thermal? We don't have it here. Aerodynamics. Soyuz heat shield, 2.2 meters. Heat shields, yeah. So, oh, and it's... I didn't check that they were actually 1 meter. So it appears that they are 2 meters. Okay, that's fair enough. 2 meter heat shield, like 2.2 meters here. Later, 760. It's got a whole lot. LEO rated heat shield. Huh. But it's 2.2 meters, and I suppose we could have this be a slightly conical one. No, because it goes under this one, not that one. I suppose those are my only options here for heat shields. We'll use that one then. Can it decouple? Can it decouple? Does it have a decoupler? Ejection force 20. It does have a separator. So I suppose we'll like... I suppose these can go at the same time. Hopefully. That can be a bit more lengthy there. It's what is it again to low Earth orbit? And not even orbit past the Karman line. It was that 100 kilometers, right? Right? Ah, we are missing something. Launch escape system. Where is that? I think it would be under... Don't I have a safety? Here. Launch escape system Mercury. Stock LES with the performance of the Mercury LES for use with the stock Mark 1 pod. I don't think we have the stock Mark 1 pod, but well, like put it there, and it definitely needs an action. How do these work again? Custom 1. Is it... Do I just press 1 to do that, or what? I didn't check the hotkeys. I'm so quality standard. Is that enough? I mean, would we maybe want our launch escape system to be... no, because it lowers our thrust-to-weight ratio so much. Look at that. 50 kilograms more. I don't know. I mean, we'll only use it for the first couple of minutes, maybe. There's even a chance that we might need that. Highly pressurized falls. We'll have to make a test run of that as well. Would you kindly go away? You have this window here. I don't know. Let's put it right there. Activate engine, and not even toggle engine, because I don't think it can be toggled, but does it have a separator? Can it separate? Propellants. Wait a minute, we probably don't want it to separate. It might be a decent idea to not have it separate, but do we want to haul this heat shield as well if we separate that? We probably want some kind of a parachute as well. Do we want it on top or there? Maybe here. And it will be... I suppose we'll put some scientific instruments here. Not a whole lot, but just... do we bother? I mean... Nah, this is the simplest thing that the world has ever seen, pretty much. But some solar panels would maybe make sense. Maybe. Is it blocking the hatch? It's kind of hard to tell. I don't think it is blocking the hatch. That's one of the things that noob Kerbal Space Program players might get wrong as well. Their hatch might get blocked by, for example, a thermometer. It's quite silly actually, but... I'm not the designer, I suppose. That's cruel. Here we go. Previous size. Is this the correct one? We'll have it... I suppose we'll design it so it can support as that one as well in case things can go wrong. Calculation mode. It could survive 14, I think it was, but how about we... I don't feel comfortable just having one parachute. Let's have another one. And we'll make sure these actually work out the way I want them to, I mean. We are actually risking a Kerbal's life here. Did touchdown speed 8 for these ones. Let's do it like that. Does it have electric charge? Let's see here. Here we go. It has food for 2 days, water for 1.5, well, 2 days I suppose, oxygen for 2 days, electricity it has some, yeah, I suppose that might be enough. Some wastewater. suppose that might be good enough. We want this to be our drogue chute, actually. Altitude pre-deployment. It didn't go correctly the last time. How about 20,000 meters for pre-deployment altitude? Hopefully our heat shield should be taking care of it. Anyway. Wait a minute, why does it have two different pre-deployments? Secondary chute. Ha! Have both of them be drogue chutes, and one of them will launch at 20,000 meters, the other one will launch at 10,000 meters. Well, pre-deploy. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Wait, it's smaller than this one. Come on, where's the size? Where's the size? Next size. Now it seems to be correct, I think. Fly settings, probably. Yeah, like that. 20,000, 10,000. Is that good enough? I mean, I think like 30,000 is already where we... It's kind of where we are probably going to be a fiery ball of doom. So we might want to go for 20,000 instead. As for this one, let's deploy at... go for an 8 meter one. Suppose something like that. Yeah. I don't know. We might also have this heat shield attached, but how many tons is that even? Heat shield. Under aerodynamics for whatever reason. It is 0.24 tons, so I think we'll be fine with all these parachutes. Probably, maybe. I mean, we'll probably try to eject that heat shield as well at some point. Do we do anything else other than launch the escape system with this one action group? I mean, let's make another action group for arming and deploying the chutes. Well, I suppose. Deploying those ones is good enough, but I'd like to play it a bit safer with these ones that are actually supposed to be saving our lives. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm kind of liking that. Yeah. Our first time using action groups. Hey, this can only go well, right? What kind of an engine would we like on this stage? I don't know how many stages we might do. So it appears that we have some RCS on this. Does it have any RCS propellant? It does. 100% HTP, like reaction wheel quality standard, ECLSS standard. We can have all these scrubbers, pressure controls. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. It also probably RCS enabled. I want it automatically to be enabled. Game, can we have that? Like, this is only supposed to go up to the Karman line, right? Do we want any ladders or... landing gear, maybe? No? Is this okay? No, it's not okay, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, right? Multiple ignitions, maybe? It's... this engine might be decent. Insufficient avionics, so well, we'll have to get better avionics on this. But not on this stage, though. I think it will be fine if we have it only on that. This stage, maybe. Famous last words. Does this have an antenna? I mean, if the... just how many G-forces, how many Gs is our pilot going to experience while going down? They might lose their consciousness, and then it might not be very good for me. So what I might instead do is have a fallback. If all goes wrong, kind of a thing. Actually, the if all goes wrong scenario would be that we are also outside of the antenna, any ground control. So outside the reach of any ground control, and then our pilot will fall unconscious from the G-forces, and there's not going to be much we can do. That's the worst case scenario. Isn't that lovely? It'll be fine. Does this have an antenna? RT antenna passive 40 kilometers plus it's actually more than that, kind of, because there's also it kind of adds up with the I wonder, can I see it on here somewhere? Communications network. But isn't it ComSat or something? Well, like, see here. This is the tracking station thing. So if we have a level 1 tracking station, I think we might have that one exactly. And then we have I think this is probably a class 1. No, here, class. No, here. I think this is the thing. So it will have an effective range of 158 million meters. If I'm even looking at the correct thing here, I mean, the it's not under scan something. Oh well, I should maybe go ahead and figure that one out myself. Because you viewers haven't been of any help thus far. Just keep on viewing. I mean, you probably enjoy my derping around anyway. Right? Yeah, that's why I don't have any viewers, isn't that right? 3,769 meters per second, and it has 5 ignitions. It's pretty decent, but this evil level thrust is horrible. We can't use this engine. No, it just won't do. We'll have something else. Let's try something else. How much thrust do we want? Is this good enough? Remove all tanks, have that tank. It is more than enough. In fact, it might be a bit dangerous for our brave Kerbal. We have like 5,000 meters per second. A bit excessive, probably. 5.44 max sea level thrust, but we might not use all this propellant. So this might already be kind of enough for getting to past the Karman line, right? What kind of stabilizers would we like? Let's have these ones, sure. And the engines go first. When in realism overhaul. Yeah. Oh, one thing we probably want to have on the action group number 1 is this decoupler. Yeah, that seems like a pretty smart idea, doesn't it? It'll be fine. Yeah. Is this good enough? Can it get all the things that we have slated for it to do done? We'll tell you what, we'll go with the worst case, almost the worst case scenario, the scenario where I forget to lower my thrust when we get to the allocated put the Kerbal in orbit for 30 days. Maybe not now. No, there was that one Karman line one. Human milestones here. We get 125,000 for it and 88 a reputation. We may... Shall I use my reputation for anything? I mean, I kind of don't enjoy the or understand kind of the policy system here. 100 kilometers, return home safely, have at least one crew member on board, launch a new vessel. I think we can accomplish all of that. 1,095 days as well, so it's a fair amount of time that we would have for that.